You wake up, look in the mirror, and pause. The face staring back has changed over the years. Maybe there are more lines. Maybe the jawline isn't as sharp. The hair a little thinner, the eyes a little tired. But here's the truth no one tells you. Real attraction after 60 has nothing to do with wrinkles or waistlines. It begins with the energy you give off. And that energy is shaped by one simple, often forgotten habit: how you talk to yourself. Let me introduce you to Marvin. He's 66, retired, and lives alone. For years, he struggled with confidence. After his wife passed, he told himself he was invisible. "No one looks at me anymore," he'd say. But that wasn't true. People did look, they just didn't see him the way he wanted to be seen, because he didn't see himself that way either. That changed the day Marvin stood in front of the mirror and said something new. "I like this man. He's been through a lot, and he's still here." That single sentence rewired something inside him. He began practicing it every morning, looking himself in the eye and saying something kind, something powerful, something true. Within weeks, his posture shifted, his smile returned. And guess what? People noticed. Women at the senior center began complimenting his shirts. Strangers held longer eye contact. He didn't look younger, he looked alive. And that aliveness is what attracts. Attraction after 60 isn't about seduction. It's about presence. And presence is built through daily habits that reinforce your worth. That's what this video is about. Not beauty hacks or dating tips, but something far more lasting. A single habit that makes you magnetic again. So here's what you'll learn. Why attraction is an energy, not a look. The exact morning ritual that transforms self-image. How small inner shifts create big outer changes. Real stories from men and women who became more attractive in their 60s, 70s, and beyond. And it all begins with a choice: to speak to yourself like someone worth loving. The 2-minute mirror ritual that changes everything. Imagine waking up, brushing your teeth, and doing something so simple, yet so powerful, that it literally shifts how people respond to you throughout the day. This isn't some fantasy. It's real. And it starts with just 2 minutes in front of a mirror. This daily habit is called the 2-minute mirror ritual. And it's not just about positive affirmations or compliments. It's about training your brain to see yourself as attractive again. Not in a superficial way, but in a way that changes your posture, your tone, your facial expressions, even your walk. Here's how it works. Every morning, after you freshen up, stand in front of a mirror. Not from a distance, close. Look into your eyes, not your wrinkles, not your hairline, not your clothes, just your eyes. Now say out loud, "I am worthy of attention. I am attractive because I am present, kind, and alive. I bring value wherever I go." At first, it might feel strange. Maybe you'll laugh. Maybe you'll feel silly. That's okay. Keep going, because what happens next is remarkable. Your brain starts believing it. And when the mind believes something, the body follows. Your shoulders square. Your eyes light up. Your smile becomes genuine. You begin carrying yourself with quiet power. People sense it, because energy doesn't lie. Let's talk about Lena, a 71-year-old widow who hadn't worn lipstick in a decade. After just 3 weeks of this mirror ritual, she began smiling more. She reconnected with her bridge club. She wore color again. "People tell me I look younger," she said. "But the truth is, I just feel seen." This ritual isn't about faking confidence. It's about rediscovering it. Because attraction isn't created, it's uncovered. And the older you get, the more deeply it shines from within. For it to work, be consistent. Do it every morning. Be intentional. Speak slowly and believe the words. Be expressive. Use your eyes and smile while you say it. This habit reprograms your nervous system. It reminds your subconscious that you are still desirable, still interesting, still you. And that shift radiates in everything you do. Why people start noticing you again. The attraction ripple effect. By now, you've started practicing the mirror ritual. Maybe it's only been a few days, maybe a week. But here's what's coming next, and it might surprise you. You'll start getting noticed. Compliments from strangers, friends saying, "You look good." More eye contact, warmer smiles. People will want to talk, to sit near you, to listen. That's not magic. It's energy responding to energy. We live in a world where most people over 60 are quietly told to disappear. But when you stand tall, when you believe in your worth, when you carry that subtle confidence into your posture and voice, you break that narrative, and others respond to that courage. Let me tell you about Charles. He was 72 and convinced no one noticed him anymore. After his wife passed, he shrank inward, wore dull clothes, spoke quietly, looked down when walking. But then he started the mirror ritual. He added one new habit, choosing a power color each morning, something bold that made him feel awake. It could be a red scarf, a bright watch band, a blue shirt. Within 2 weeks, the woman at the bakery smiled and said, "You have great taste." A young man opened the door and said, "Looking sharp, sir." These small interactions reignited him, and this is the ripple effect. When you feel attractive, your body language changes, your shoulders lift, your voice deepens or softens with control, your eyes meet others instead of avoiding them. All of these are signals that tell the world, I'm still here, and I matter. What this means, you'll find people striking up more conversations. You'll receive more respect in public spaces. Younger people will respond to your presence. Potential romantic interest becomes possible again. Even if that's not your goal, the feeling of being valued is magnetic. It builds momentum. The more you receive, the more you radiate. And people aren't just responding to your appearance. They're responding to your authenticity. The courage to own your age. The joy in your eyes. The ease in your smile. The most attractive language after 60. Speak like you matter. You've done the inner work. You've built presence with your mirror ritual. You've started receiving attention again. But now, let's unlock something even more powerful. How you speak to others. Because after 60, the most magnetic thing about you isn't your hair, clothes, or smile. It's your words. The habit we're talking about is intentional language, a way of speaking that makes people feel seen, valued, and safe. And in return, they begin to see you the same way, as someone who shines. Let's go back to Lena. Remember her from part 2? One of the biggest shifts she made after starting the mirror ritual wasn't just how she spoke to herself, but how she spoke to others. She stopped leading with complaints, "My knees hurt, doctors don't know anything," and started leading with curiosity and appreciation. Instead of saying, "It's hot out," she'd say, "Isn't the sky beautiful today?" Instead of, "I can't keep up," she'd say, "I'm learning to take things at my own pace." Instead of, "I'm too old for that," she'd say, "I never tried it. Why not now?" This small language shift changes how others feel in your presence. And when people feel good around you, they want more of you. Here's how to develop this habit. Start every conversation with a question, not a complaint. Compliment genuinely and often. "I love that shirt on you. You always make me laugh." Share memories, not regrets. People are drawn to stories, not sadness. Use words like grateful, curious, and excited. They carry energy. And most importantly, listen more than you speak. When you truly listen, people lean in. They remember how you made them feel. And in a world that rushes past older voices, that attention is magnetic. Don't underestimate your power here. A 78-year-old man who speaks with grace and curiosity can be more attractive than any 40-year-old in designer jeans. A 69-year-old woman who laughs with her whole soul can light up a room more than someone half her age. Your voice is your charm. Use it with love. Let's be clear. Attraction after 60 is not about pretending to be younger. It's not about chasing attention or wearing trendy clothes or dyeing your hair just to fit in. It's about owning your story, carrying yourself with quiet confidence. It's about becoming someone people want to be near, not because of how you look, but because of how you make them feel. And that comes from practicing this simple habit. See yourself the way you want others to see you. When you do that, something magical happens. You speak with more kindness. You move with more purpose. You smile without waiting for a reason. You stop apologizing for taking up space. You become a person of presence. The world doesn't need more perfect faces. It needs real humans who've lived, who've healed, who've fallen and risen and still choose to shine. Let me tell you what happened to Charles and Lena. After a few months of practicing this daily habit, they met at a community volunteer meeting. Both were glowing in that quiet, grounded way. They talked. They laughed. They felt seen. No one said, "You look hot." They said, "You make me feel good." And that's real attraction. So here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, do the mirror ritual every morning. Look into your eyes and say, "I am worthy. I am magnetic. I carry joy and presence. I am still becoming." Then go out into the world like it's true, because it is. Walk taller, speak slower, smile freely, listen deeply. And when someone compliments you, don't shrink. Say, "Thank you. I've worked hard to become this person." Because you have. And you're still becoming. And you're not done yet. If this message touched you, please share it with a friend. There's someone in your life who needs this reminder today. And if you want more videos that speak to your strength, your beauty, and your future, hit subscribe. Let's make aging magnetic. Let's age with attraction. Let's grow bolder, not older. You've got this.